Hello students, today I am going to start your biology syllabus. I will start with the second chapter of first unit. Second chapter of first unit, that is biological classification. Biological classification, first unit, second chapter. What is biological classification? Classification is nothing but the scientific method of identifying, naming and grouping the organism. Scientific method of identifying, naming and grouping the organism. Biological classification means classification of living organism. In this chapter, we are going to study about the characteristic feature of kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Mycota, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia with the example. In this chapter, we are going to study about the characteristic features of five kingdoms such as kingdom Monera, kingdom Protista, kingdom Mycota or fungi, kingdom Plantae and kingdom Animalia. With example. Then we are also going to study about the characteristic feature of viruses. Characteristic feature of viruses with example and the structure of tobacco mosaic virus and bacteriophages, and at the end of the chapter we are also going to study about the lichens. In brief, lichens. Why this biological classification is necessary? Why we have to classify the living organisms? Why biological classification is necessary, or why we have to classify the living organisms? You know that there are varieties of living organisms on this earth. There are varieties of plants, varieties of animals, varieties of bacteria, varieties of fungi, algae, etc. Hence, it is difficult to study, or it is difficult to remember the name, characteristic feature of each and every organism. It is not possible to remember the name and characteristic features of organisms individually. That means that much of diversity is there on this earth. Diversity is nothing but varieties. There are varieties of living organism. Biological classification. Biological classification makes this study easier. Biological classification or classification of living organism makes this study easier. Why? We have to classify the living organism, or why biological classification is necessary? Because the diversity of living organism, the diversity of living organisms, diversity of living organisms is so enormous. Means many varieties are there. Hence, it is difficult to remember. It is difficult to remember, or it is not possible to remember the names, characteristic features, difficult to remember the names and characteristic features of individual organisms or characteristic features of organisms individually. It is difficult to remember, or it is not possible to remember the names and characteristic features of living organism. And biological classification makes this study easier. Biological classification makes this study easier. By the help of biological classification, easily we can study about the characteristic features of each and every organisms. What is biological classification? Biological classification is a process. Biological classification is a process of grouping. Biological classification is a process of grouping of organisms. Process of grouping of organisms. Grouping of organisms with similar characters. It is a process of grouping of organisms with similar characters. Biological classification is a process of grouping of living organisms with similar characteristics or with similar characters. Is called as biological classification. Various scientists, biologists classify the living organisms into various groups. For example, Aristotle classified plants into 3 groups. He classified plants into 3 groups, such as trees, shrubs and herbs. Trees, shrubs and herbs. Aristotle classified plants into 3 groups, such as trees, shrubs and herbs. He also classified animals into various groups. Aristotle only classified animals. He also classified animals into various groups, such as Anaima, then Inaima, Ovipary and Vivipary. Aristotle classified the plants into 3 groups, such as trees, long plants or long trees, then plants having intermediate size are as shrubs, and small plants as herbs. He classified plants into 3 groups, such as trees, shrubs and herbs. He also classified animals into Anaima, Inaima, Ovipary and Vivipary. Anaima means these are the animals without red blood cells or animals without red blood. Anaima and Enaima are the two groups of animals. Aristotle classified the animals into two groups based on the absence and presence of red blood. Based on the absence and presence of red blood, Aristotle classified the animals into two groups such as Anaima and Enaima. Anaima means animals without red blood. Animals without red blood were grouped under Anaima. Animals with red blood. Animals with red blood or animals having red blood. Enaima means absence of red blood or animals without red blood. Enaima means animals with red blood or animals in which red blood is present. Ovipary. Ovipary means animals which are laying eggs. Egg-laying animals. Aristotle grouped egg-laying animals or organisms under ovipary group. Whereas he grouped animals which are directly giving birth to young ones. Animals giving birth to young ones. Ovipary means egg-laying. Vivipary means giving birth to young ones. Aristotle grouped the organisms which are directly giving birth to young ones under Vivipary. Later, Linnaeus grouped the living organisms into two groups. Living organisms were grouped into two by the Linnaeus, and that is called as two-kingdom system of classification. Two-kingdom system of classification proposed by Linnaeus. Two-kingdom. Two-kingdom system of classification. Two-kingdom system of classification proposed by Linnaeus. It was proposed by Linnaeus. According to Linnaeus, only there are two groups of living organisms such as plants and animals. Two-kingdom system of classification means all the living organisms present on the earth were grouped into two kingdoms such as Plantae and Animalia. It includes Plantae or plants, kingdom Plantae, which includes plants, and kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia. Animalia includes animals. Later, three-kingdom system of classification. Three-kingdom system of classification. Three-kingdom system of classification proposed by Ernst Haeckel. It was proposed by Ernst Haeckel. Three-kingdom system of classification proposed by Ernst all the living organisms present on the earth were grouped into three. They were grouped into three, such as kingdom Plantae, which includes plants, kingdom Animalia, which includes animals, and kingdom Protista. Means Ernst Haeckel introduced the new kingdom, that is Protista. Ernst Haeckel introduced the new kingdom called Protista. Later, Copeland introduced four-kingdom system of classification. Four-kingdom system of classification. Four-kingdom system of classification proposed by Copeland. It was proposed by Copeland. Copeland grouped all the living organisms present on the earth into four-kingdom system of classification. Means he proposed four kingdoms, or he grouped all the living organisms present on the earth under four kingdoms, such as kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animalia, kingdom Protista, and kingdom Monera. Copeland introduced the new kingdom, that is Monera. New kingdom introduced by Ernst Haeckel is Protista. New kingdom introduced by Copeland is it Monera. Later in 1969, R.H. Whittaker proposed five-kingdom system of classification. Five-kingdom system of classification proposed by R.H. Whittaker. Proposed by R.H. Whittaker. R.H. Whittaker proposed five-kingdom system of classification. Five-kingdom system of classification includes five kingdoms. That means all the living organisms present on the earth were grouped under five kingdoms, such as Plantae, kingdom Plantae, or it is also called as Metaphyta. Plantae is also called as Metaphyta. Phyta includes plants. Animalia. Plantae, Animalia. Animalia is also called as Metazoa. Animalia is also called as Metazoa. Zoa means animals. Then Protista, kingdom Protista, kingdom Monera, and last one is kingdom Mycota. Kingdom Mycota, or it is also called as kingdom Fungi. Kingdom Mycota is also called as kingdom Fungi. R.H. Whittaker proposed five-kingdom system of classification in 1969. Five kingdoms are Plantae, kingdom Plantae, which includes plants, kingdom Animalia, which includes animals, kingdom Protista, kingdom Monera, and kingdom Mycota or fungi. Now let us discuss how Whittaker classified the living organisms into five kingdoms. R.H. Whittaker classified the living organisms into five kingdoms based on some characteristic features. based on some characteristic features such as mode of nutrition, cell structure, mode of nutrition, cell structure, mode of reproduction, whether the organism reproduces asexually or sexually, based on characters, based on some characters like cell structure, whether the cell is prokaryotic or eukaryotic, type of nutrition is whether the organism is autotrophic or heterotrophic, type of nutrition. Then reproduction, how the organism produces the young one, whether it reproduces asexually or sexually. Then thallus organization, phylogenetic relationship, means evolutionary relationship, whether that organism shares which one as a common ancestor, phylogenetic relationship, lifestyle, etc. Based on these characteristic features, R.H. Whitaker classified the living organisms into 5 kingdoms. Whitaker placed unicellular prokaryotic organisms like bacteria and blue-green algae, under kingdom Monera. Whitaker placed the living organisms with unicellular, means having single cell, prokaryotic cell, like for example bacteria and blue-green algae under kingdom Monera. He placed unicellular eukaryotic organisms like some unicellular algae and protozoans, under kingdom Protista. Whereas multicellular organisms with multicellular means presence of many cells. Multicellular heterotrophic means organism which is dependent on another organism for food. It may be dependent on another living organism, or it may be dependent on dead and decaying organic matter. Multicellular organism with heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Multicellular heterotrophic means achlorophyllous. They are achlorophyllous and their body is like plant-like. Plants. Heterotrophic plant-like organisms under kingdom Mycota. Under kingdom Mycota. Whittaker placed multicellular chlorophyllus. Chlorophyllus means presence of chlorophyll pigment. If chlorophyll pigment is present, then they are autotrophic. That means they are able to prepare their own food. Multicellular chlorophyllus plants under kingdom Plantae. Under kingdom Plantae or Metaphyta. It placed multicellular achlorophyllus. Achlorophyllus means absence of chlorophyll pigment. Achlorophyllus, absence of chlorophyll pigment, or chlorophyll pigment is absent. If chlorophyll pigments are absent, then they cannot prepare their own food. Means they are heterotrophic. Achlorophyllus motile organisms under kingdom Animalia. See, fungi are multicellular except the yeast. Yeast is a unicellular organism which comes under kingdom fungi. Except the yeast, all other fungi are multicellular and they are heterotrophic. See the difference between kingdom Mycota and kingdom Animalia. Organisms which comes under kingdom Mycota are non-motile or they are unable to move from one place to another place. Whereas the organisms which comes under kingdom Animalia are able to move from one place to another place. That means they are called as motile organisms. Based on these characteristic features, R.H. Whittaker classified the living organisms under 5 kingdoms like this. Thank you.